means in the long run on the job training increases productivity. I have tried to see some heterogeneity of the impacts on labor market outcomes with respect to gender. Main findings is that in the short run, there is a large impact on females, and the difference is statistically significant. But in the long run, there is no difference between male and female. The program provides on-the-job training through master's grade person. So we try to see whether the program actually increases employment in the firms where the training took place. So you see the first column, the wage employment in all firms. You see the impact of on-the-job training on employment is 12 percentage points in all firms. But if you look at the firms where the training took place, then the labor market impact is 8.3 percentage points. That means almost 80% of the impact on labor employment was generated by employment in the firms where the training took place. So it means in the firms where the training took place, there are some shortage of employment. So after the shortage, after the training, the trainees have filled up this gap. So we have also tried to see the impact on welfare. The first column that is the impact on self-confidence, both in the short run and long run. There is positive impact on self-confidence. In the short run, there is positive impact on psychological well-being, and in the long run, there is positive impact on number of shirts, number of shoes, and on mobile phones, the impact is negative, but this is quite surprising. And on the swing machine ownership, there is positive impact both in the long run and short run. Robustness sake, I have checked robustness sake using the experimental variation program coverage, because the randomization is at an individual level. If the control group are somehow affected negatively by the interventions, then the program impacts I have shown earlier is upward bias. So this is the equation. The main thing is that the coefficient on high year on, that is beta 1, and the coefficient on high and year 2, that is the impact on the control group. If beta 1 and beta 2 are negative, that will basically indicate that the control group are negatively affected by the intervention. So let us see the result. And we see this is the red result. So this one is the beta 1, this one is the beta 2. You see the signs are negative. So that means there is some evidence that there is negative impact on control group employment. But these are statistically insignificant. So the conclusion is that the control groups are not affected by the intervention. So all the results I have shown are robust. Cost benefit analysis, I will take only 1 minute. So cost benefit analysis shows that the benefit is roughly 5 times higher than the cost if we assume that the benefits do not decline in the long run. If we assume that the benefit declines in the long run, then the benefit cost ratio is found to be 2.18. So that means for 1 taka investment, the program generates about 2 taka benefits. So there is obvious implication for scaling up of this program. And here are some conclusions. There is large impact on the job training on labor market outcome. Although the effect declines in the long run to some extent, the effect on earnings is robust and it sustains in the long run. So that there is obvious implication of this obvious implication for scaling up of this type of program, and that can help some of the labor market challenges we are facing in Bangladesh, like stagnant of employment, and this program is currently is being implemented by BRAC, and I think it has also implications for other NGOs and development organizations to scale up. Thank you.
Right. I'm requested to make comments on the first paper written by Moushumi Dash and Suresh Babu. First, I would like to thank both the authors, Moushumi Dash and Suresh Babu, to introduce an important and timely issue, and also presenting us an exciting paper on that. The reason I'm saying is that, again, the poverty measurement estimates that is available so far is based on income or expenditure. This is done immediately by the Bureau of Statistics. Latest is 2016, and this is the figure that the government, other stakeholders, international community have been using. And this is important. And based on this income or expenditure measurement, we have been talking about the improvement in poverty, this and that, and etc. And also, what are the causal factors of poverty reduction, drivers of SN, etc. So, which is fine. But at the same time, it is being discussed, particularly recent times, increasingly, that whether we need to redefine our poverty, even if it is based on income expenditure, because it is based on a consumption basket defined quite earlier on. Our national income has gone up, but I think it has gone up. Consumption patterns have changed, so we need to define our consumption basket, and based on that, we need to define our poverty measurement, and accordingly re-estimate that. Even probably yesterday, there are some reference, and also earlier on, when news also mentioned about redefining, and it was in December in the occasion, and the planning minister, who was the state minister of finance, he said, if you would like to do that after election. So that was on the light note. Anyway. But at the same time, also, the discussion came up about income or expense is one dimension of it, but poverty is multidimensional. And it is not only about income or expense, it is about health, it is about the education, it is about standard of living, it is about other dimensions. So, should we be complacent about ignoring all the other dimensions, or should we take all the other dimensions into account? So that another aspect of poverty, redefining poverty and measuring that, etc. And in that respect, I really thank you to bring the multidimensional aspect. It is not quite new. It has been talking about the UNDP introduced this part earlier on, and then Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative, she has been working on this for quite some time. In many different countries, they have introduced that. And in Bangladesh, some work has also been done on that. But alongside poverty measurement with multidimensional level is still new, and it has not yet been actually been made at the core of poverty discussion. So I really thank you on that. Right at this moment, the Joint Economic Division of the Planning Commission, they are undertaking an exercise on estimating multidimensional poverty, but focusing on children, with support from, once again, OPDSI and UNICEF. So they're also doing the similar exercise as well. So in that respect, parents should be happy to know about, as my rightly mentioned, you'll be happy to know about this paper, etc. as well. Okay, so this is good. However, I have 2 points to make. One is about, in the title you have used the multidimensional food poverty index. And in the introductory statement, you mentioned that this paper proposes a new multidimensional food security index. One is food poverty index, then food security index, but in the methodology, you clearly mentioned about Sabina Curry Foster's method, which is mainly multidimensional poverty index. Multidimensional poverty index. Because it has used 10 indicators in 5 domains. And you have used those 10 indicators under 5 domains. So this is basically, as I understand, if I am not incorrect, this is estimating multidimensional poverty index. So you might have different explanation of using multidimensional food poverty index or multidimensional food security index. So a clarification on that would be very useful. Second point is about, you have really mentioned, as I mentioned, is that you have used AF method, multidimensional, which is fine. But I was thinking of probably it would be better to have an analytical framework with specific research questions that the paper has sought answers to. And then what is expected of the paper to explain what you would like to achieve. You have some good results, you presented those results, and you came up with some policy review. But an analytical framework with research questions and what you would like to achieve, that would have been probably better in my view. And also methodology, you mentioned something about, but probably a methodological note or technical note explain in detail about say for example, you have said about head count. So people are confused. Are you talking about the poverty head count based on income expenditure, or are you talking about poverty head count based on multi-dimensions? And then intensity. So how you define those and came up with the estimates on those. So a methodological, a bit of detailed methodological note would be helpful. Probably you can add that as an annex to the paper as well. One thing I think would be very useful in this paper, if you can make a comparison between income or expenditure based poverty head count and then poverty head count based on multidimensional index. So, say for example, our poverty based on 2016 is 24.3%. So, what is the comparative figure based on this multidimensional poverty index? Is this 24 around 24? It is around 50 or it is less? Obviously, it will be much higher than 24. But a comparison of between these two, I think, would be useful. Right. My next point is basically about indicators. Sabina Al-Foster method has gained popularity. It is being used in many countries, in many behavioral activities, and based on this, cross-country comparison is also being made. But the way they identified the domains and indicators, they have kept the global standard into consideration. And this is for global comparison as well. But for any specific country level analysis, I think one has to be a bit innovative in the sense that the indicators has to be reflective of the local context, local situation. Let me just cite few indicators. For example, flow, under standard of living indicators. It says deprived if no concrete or brick flooring. So floor, it has to be concrete floor, brick floor, otherwise deprived. But in the context of rural Bangladesh, is this an appropriate indicator to reflect housing, etc.? We have to think about. Cooking fuel, deprived if the household cooks with dung, charcoal or wood. What else in the rural Bangladesh people use? Very small proportion probably using now LPG, etc. But largely they fuel. And also asset, you mentioned, deprived if no access to television, radio, telephone, bicycle, and motorcycle. I'm not quite sure whether it should be and or. Because if it's and, then having access to all these assets, having all these assets, it is a sort of big ask, etc. So, it has been discussed in another program as well. When, okay, at the country level, if we are not making any inter-country comparison at the country level, probably nothing wrong in adjusting to these indicators reflecting the local situation. This is my third point. One final point is about indicator of the policy implication, and mention that probably better if it is possible to convert this multidimensional poverty index into monetary term. It is very difficult to convert this into monetary term. And particularly, the reason is that the indicators, some of the indicators, it needs public provision. Some of the indicators, it is related to private affordability. But not all the indicators one can purchase or buy. It depends on public provision. So, it is difficult to convert. But even if it is possible, then the researchers have to suggest ways of doing it. Policymakers, they would like to have concrete policy suggestions and recommendations. Once again, I really thank you for introducing the issues and bringing up this paper. This will really contribute to the poverty discourse in our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to thank Department of Economics and Bureau of Economic Research to organize such event and giving me the opportunity to be part of it. This is really a wonderful arrangement. And the presentation by Dr. Narayan Das, it was really good, and the amount of tasks that he has done is really commendable. I appreciate him for doing such research. Basically, the paper he has presented, it is an evaluation of a youth training program, and basically on the job training program, and looking into the impact of such program on employment and earning. And he finds that there is positive and significant effect of the program on both employment and earning, and the impact is higher for female group of treatment, and that is mainly channeled through the MCPs, which is the master care persons, who are actually training. In fact, the farms, the trainees are getting employment there, and this is the main channel they are documenting in their research. So I have a few points on this, but overall, as I say, the paper is good. One thing, basically, in the market economy, when there is competition, perfect competition, then training is usually under provided. The reason is the farm don't want to train, because once they train, there can be the workers can switch to other farms, and which means that there is a cost. There is a cost and uncertainty related to it, and therefore there is a market failure. So in this regard, there is some intervention required for such training, especially the skill training. So there are a lot of programs have been conducted across the world, and Card, Klug, and Weber, in a 2015 paper, they have done meta-analysis of 247 studies, and that is really a good summary of such kind of program across the world, and they show that the impact is usually smaller in the short run, but higher in the long run, and impact is higher for female in general, and the impact is mostly for people who have been long-term unemployed. For them, they are higher compared to those who are on the job and like they have been employed before the training. So based on this, I find that most of the finding of this study is in line with what Dr. Narayan Das has found, but I have some observation on this study. One is, since the paper is claiming that the employment effect is positive and significant, one thing is they have a strong after-training program where the training officer is linking the trainees with the employer, and also they are in some kind of farms. So there is a strong push for getting an employment. So I think that's not a very surprising finding. What is surprising is they are getting positive and significant income hike, right? They are getting increased income both for male and female. So that is really interesting. Now the question is whether they will sustain in the long run. So probably he is showing result for 6 months after the training in the paper, and also for 1 year after the training, and he find that the program actually persists. So it will be interesting to look into the effect for long term, like the paper I mentioned by Card, Klug, and Weber. They're saying that 2-3 years after you will get the real picture. So probably we have to wait until then to see the impact. Another thing is the benefit cost ratio, because there is some cost implication of such training. So always if the benefit cost ratio, if that ratio is not satisfactory, usually the scale up is questionable. So in that regard, I think the benefit side, so people what they do, they try to estimate it as conservative as possible. And in this regard, the cost they are estimating is the very small amount of income they could have earned without the training. That's their cost, but I think the cost should be calculated in this way, like these people, these young people, they have been unemployed, right? And they have been unemployed, but they probably are doing some kind of household work, and they have some value, like their agricultural work, or maybe for the livestock, or for other works which probably doesn't have a market payment, but probably those are adding value to the household income. So if they incorporate those kind of costs, probably this will be more complete and will give a better picture for the cost-benefit ratio. And they find that entrepreneurship for male is relatively lower compared to female. I mean, this kind of training activity, they are also giving some training in the classroom, and it seems that for entrepreneurship there is no impact for the male population mainly, right? So I think for entrepreneurship, probably you have to look for in the longer term, because for entrepreneurship activity, even if it is a small scale, you need some kind of capital. So probably that capital constraint, whether that is hindering this scenario, you can actually look into this. One thing that is also surprising to me, in the paper you have mentioned that among the control population, male population, the employment rate is really high, right? So a lot of young population who have been unemployed before the training, the control population, they are actually getting employment approximately 60%. So I don't know exactly what is going on there. Is it a spillover effect or something else? So that is not clear to me from here. And one more thing is the displacement effect. So where you are showing that in the paper you are showing that you are exploiting the variation, the coverage variation across the branches, across the branches, and you are explaining by that variation the variation in the unemployment rate or employment rate of the control population. I'm not quite clear on it, so probably we can discuss more on it. And one last point, for estimating the treatment of the treated, you introduce the IV regression, but in the paper I would like to see the first stage F results there. So I think that will be good, but probably just missing. Anyways, overall I think this is a good exercise, and probably this has implication for skill-based growth and development in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Question. So I believe the paper doesn't have the analytical framework, but I explained it in my presentation that it's based on the concept of the definition of food security, and it draws from the analytical framework of agriculture to nutrition pathways. So what I explained was input, process, output, and outcome indicators. So that is what the analytical framework is, but the paper that you have, sir, it doesn't have the analytical framework. So agriculture and nutrition pathways is the analytical framework that we use for constructing this indicator. What I finally present to you is tested and